Bunky.
Hey, Yonk.
Hi, Yonk.
Yay, Yonk.
Hi, Yonk.
Yay, Yonk.
Hi, Bunky Yonky.
Hey, yay, Yonk.
Hi, little honky-yana.
So this was a week of, well, I had a couple of shows and some of our cute honk fans came to the shows. Once again, I cannot say enough how much I hate when you guys come to bad shows. And this is my problem because I'd be promoting the shows.
Yeah. And we've talked about this. It's because it's not even for people to come. It's for our peers to see that we're doing shows.
Yeah, so our peers look at us and they go, wow, they're really a working comedian. And then people actually show up to the shows and you go, I wish you didn't come to this one.
Yeah. Well, especially, and I've told you this, when you're feeling a little depressed. Yeah. Maybe don't promote those.
I know. It's like.
And you know what? It's okay. You and I both just went through I would say probably like a week-long depression. Maybe a little bit more. More.
I feel like mine has been kind of seesawing for a little while.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this, guys. Sorry about that show. Sorry if you came to the Long Beach one. Sorry if you came to the Fullerton one. Not great.
We're starting it off with an amends.
Yeah, making an amends right off the bat. Oh, there's also something we wanted to talk about. We talked about at home. I don't even know we need it. It was just about like reading people's stories, and sometimes we go hard on people. We make fun of you guys.
There's a few things I wanted to address with that.
You want to take it away?
Sorry for interrupting you, Honk.
No, please.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. All I know is, you guys, I just want to say, and at the end of the day, everything we're doing, and I this isn't the best apology because I'm starting off kind of sassy, but I do loathe the fact that we even got to say this, but everything we do up on here is a damn bit.
Is for entertainment purposes.
Even when we're being earnest, still kind of a bit.
Still, and at the end of the day, what did Shakespeare say? Life is but a stage. We are merely actors
but a stage.
On the stage. All that to say that, yeah, you know, guys, we have to make fun of you guys.
On Patreon, I offended a honk. Actually, legally, we offended a honk because we were calling them the P word. Can't say it because we're the first 2 minutes in, but
we were calling them PEDOPHILE words.
Spell it out, sister!
But we kept calling this girl a PEDOPHILE because she was talking about how she was friends with
a younger person.
Somebody who was in high school when she was out of high school.
We jokingly, for the joke,
for 45 minutes,
went off on her.
Called her a
And then
PEDO.
last episode, a sweet honk wrote in and really took her time with the story, and their time with the story, and like really, you know, gave us a lot of details. And I just was kind of on one. I just want to say I was in a really spiritually dark, not to deflect my wrongdoing, but the past couple weeks have been emotionally tough, y'all. But I really went off on their storytelling, and I just want to say, who the fuck am I to even say that? I tell run-on stories all the damn time, but it was just a little joke.
Well, here's the thing, too.
And I'm sorry if I hurt anyone's feelings, and anyone's feelings I did hurt. And anyone that writes in, we're obviously, like, we couldn't even do this if you guys didn't write in. And sometimes we really tap into our masculine mode with the jokes, but at the end of the day, you know, we love you guys, and everything we're doing, it's out. All the joking is done out of love. Uh-oh.
And it is.
You have a look on your face.
And it is. Until you write in bad stories. And then we have to go, so what are you doing? You know?
And that is the beauty also of this podcast. Some weeks I'm going to be kind of a I can't say it, but you know I want to say the C word. I'm going to be a ferocious CUNT, baby, all capital. And then sometimes you're going to come in just tits swinging. And that's okay. It's the balance, baby.
So the thing about doing a podcast like this is what we often have. This is what we oscillate between all of the time.
Oscillate. Love that word.
It's, do you approach things with a real Ira Glass sort of empathy, or do you just absolutely annihilate every single thing that comes in your path? Now, here's the thing. We have to approach things with a bit of humanity. Well, you know, because at the end, we have to make fun of everything all the time anyway, because if you don't,
that's not the like, if you want to tune into something that is just dripping with sincerity,
Listen
this
to Hidden
ain't
Brain on NPR.
And please, I'm begging, like I'll send you a link, but this isn't what this will ever be. However, I do also feel like lately, and it's very beautiful that we've had this, but we're having a slight little influx of new listeners. So I think these are also people that haven't really been here that long, that they're like, hey, what's going on over here? Because like the OGs know that we're going to rip them a new a-hole.
Yeah. We do get people that are like, I used to be a fan, but you guys are just too mean now. And it's like, okay, if you're going to be that big of a pussy, then you get out of here.
Hey, it's like,
hey, you know what? If you are going to be a big fat pussy, if you're going to be a big fat baby back, we love you guys. Keep writing in. And if we roast you,
I do want to make that very clear.
clear.
Yes. Wait, say it again because I just talked over it.
If we roast you, it is for entertainment purposes. That is what we do to heighten the game of this podcast.
Yeah. This one like little honk that DMs with me sometimes, she was like, I feel like you don't like me. And I was like, I do not mean this cruelly, but I mean this very real. I don't know who you are, babe. And when we're passing the iPad back and forth, true. I'm not even looking at the name.
We don't know.
I'm looking at the content. This is raw judgment.
This is raw. And if we met you in person, we wouldn't think that. Maybe we would, but we probably wouldn't.
Probably not.
And at the end of the day, when we say, at the end of the day, I don't even really like myself. So, hey. Now, this caught the corner. This caught my eye. So this is goldfish, a bag of goldfish.
So it's Fritos.
Oh, it's Fritos.
Yeah, no, the goldfish are...
Ingredients.
Okay.
Corn oil, and salt.
Okay.
Now, I just have a question about corn.
Okay.
Why is it that corn is such a problem?
I thought it's corn syrup is the problem,
like
right?
Cornstarch, corn. It's corn syrup. But
I like that.
But corn is always an issue. Everybody's always like, corn's so bad for you. Not even just corn syrup. I think it's like corn in general. Now, if anybody here studies food and nutrition, let us know.
Sound off. I do want to just point out too that you and I we were looking for the answer in each other's eyes, and we were both met with the same emptiness. We were looking into a void that was mirrored, and I thought that was really beautiful.
That is true.
There was solace in the emptiness that was just in our expressions.
Corn oil.
Okay, here's something though.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about that.
Okay, we'll move on from the Frito.
And I love you so much, but I don't know. Yeah. So
it's real.
Next. But here's something. Yeah. You have really piqued my interest. So she's been teasing me this whole time, y'all, with a story, because we want to start bringing like either celeb gossip or like a crazy story to each other.
Right.
I have like a boring one. I'm just going to tell you.
That's okay. Well, because I think what piqued my interest was about this was you were talking about the Blake Lively thing last week, and it turned out that our listeners, we got some feedback on it. People were like, I love the celebrity gossip segment.
Yeah.
Segment. And it's like, oh, we should do that. We should like talk about some other things that we read in the news.
Yeah.
Gives me incentive to like actually learn something.
I know, it was honestly
fun.
Cousins
fuck too.
But I was also looking for things to try and get a rise out of you. And I honestly kind of came up empty. I'm so elated that you found something that's gonna kind of gag us off.
Well,
my thing, we're not gonna spend any time on it because it's just like doo-doo-dee. A woman got evicted for all of her emotional support parrots.
Pretty good.
It was like 3 to 5, and she ended up suing her landlord. And got like almost $200,000.
Really?
Yeah.
For parrots?
So that's what I found.
So, and I wanted to do more celeb gossip because I liked the Blake Lively shit. We never even like got into her interview because everybody was just like so over it by then.
Yeah.
So then I was like on TikTok this morning, like looking for like celebrity gossip. And then of course in TikTok, you get in these holes. But the
you were on
is,
TikTok. See, I used boring Google.
I was on TikTok, and then but then it's like one story leads to another story, and so then you have to watch like a 15-part series on somebody that you don't even know anything about.
Sorry.
Wade Wilson.
Ooh, I don't know.
Wade Wilson's another one. If you guys have been paying attention,
Wilson.
Yes, I'm sure you've seen him. He is currently in prison.
Oh.
Jail, being transferred to prison. He's the guy that has like the stitching tattoo up here.
Haven't had the pleasure of seeing this prince.
He's all tattooed. His tattoos are kind of scary, and he's like, they're doing that thing now where they're like, but Wade Wilson's kind of fine. It's like he's a maniacal narcissist, evil person. And the deal with Wade Wilson, I got sucked into this because they keep playing like his prison phone calls with people, and it's like every single time I end up like on the Wade Wilson section of TikTok,
TikTok.
it's like these prison phone calls with like a new girlfriend, and he's like having the same conversations where he's like, man baby, I'm just thinking about you. He's white. Man baby, I'm just thinking about you, baby. And then like,
did it make you miss your ex?
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Shitty green. And then more recently it came out that he was doing this with a man, so everybody on like TikTok's everybody on TikTok's going crazy. They're like, wait a second, so now he's got a boyfriend in the mix too. So there's like 4 girls, but all of these phone calls were happening.
What is he in jail for, honey?
So he's in jail, and I was researching it this morning because I kind of was like vaguely paying attention, and I was like, wait, what is he fucking in prison for now? He murdered 2 women on the same day.
Busy.
25. He was 25 when this happened. It was just random murders. He like was hanging out with some girl he met at a bar, her and her friend, and the friend like left, and then he strangled the girl to death, left her in her bed. Then leaves her place. This is in Florida. Of course it is.
Okay.
Leaves her place. Oh, steals her car. Then it's just like going on a little walk. I don't know.
This is why women shouldn't hook up with bums.
I don't even know if they hooked up. It was just, who knows, actually.
Talk to bums.
Talk to even invite
And I'm
them.
not talking about fucking homeless people. I'm talking about dusty, crusty men at bars.
Yeah, that's so true. And then he's like going on a walk, and there's this, she's in her 40s, this woman.
Okay.
And he's like, oh, he literally like asks her for directions to something. And then the article said lures the woman into her car, to her car. Then the woman tries to get away from him. He strangles her, kicks her out of the car. She's still alive, runs her over 20 times. This was in the same morning. And then he calls his dad, who it sounds like he has a tumultuous relationship with, and he's like kind of bragging about how he just murdered these 2 women. And now, well, he's in prison, and
women are thirsting over him.
Let me pull up. Let me show you what he looks like. Okay, you guys.
Please.
So if you're watching,
we'll
listening
put it
to
in
the
here.
podcast.
Oh,
okay. If you're watching the podcast or whatever, just look up. I'm sure. Look at Wade Wilson.
Okay.
It's like all the TikToks are like new character unlocked.
I go in and out, you know, like when I think about you though, it makes everything a lot better. But today was okay. Like honestly, you know.
Okay.
He's like sneering in like all of these prison, like he's on trial and he's like sneering.
I don't think he's attractive at all. What is his tattoos are disgusting.
Yeah,
they're
disgusting.
like sociopathic tattoos.
Yeah. So then they're finding out that he's like obviously very mentally disturbed.
He almost looks like one of Miley Cyrus's brothers. Metro system.
Don't know.
Get cultured. He dated Brenda Song.
Okay.
I don't like the way that he looks.
No, there's something very dark about Wade Wilson, and there obviously is something very dark about Wade Wilson because he's a cold-blooded murderer. Now, those though were not the stories that I wanted to read to you.
Oh well, honk. Fuck me off.
In my pursuit of looking for some celebrity gossip for you today.
Oh wait, pause really quick.
Yeah.
Just wanted y'all to know there's no theme to this episode. This is literally just like a gag, like a catch-up.
We're reading just some stories we didn't get to.
Yeah. So I honestly love that you're kind of like gagging me off up top with these stories.
So
what?
Russian tourist.
No.
Who was gored, G-O-R-E-D.
Gored.
Gored. Do you know what that means?
G-O-R.
Impaled. Good.
Really?
Oh, this makes sense. So, Russian tourist who was gored while. Can I cuss now? Can I start to say?
It's 20 minutes in, yeah.
Great. Gored while trying to rape a cow. When his flight attendant dumped him, now faces being conscripted to fight Putin against Ukraine. A Russian, okay.
Can I say, I know what all of these words now mean individually, but you're putting it together. I'm like aghast. What?
I'll read it to you.
Okay. Yeah, run it back for me, please.
A Russian tourist who was gored while allegedly trying to rape a cow after he was dumped by his girlfriend now faces being conscripted to fight Putin against Ukraine. Don't know what that means.
Hey. What the fuck is going on?
Well, here, I'll just keep reading.
Okay.
Evgeny Kuvishnov,
Okay, mispronunciation.
26, is said to have stripped off and sidled, sidled over to a male bull before turning his attention to a female tied to a wooden fence in a field in Thailand last week. So he saw the male bull, and then he saw one with a pussy, and he said, "No, I want the one with the pussy."
He saw those big balls, and he said,
"I'm not gay."
He goes, "I'm not a queerdo.
Yeah, I'm not. Ain't no way I'm gonna do some gay shit.
I'm not a freak.
I'm gonna obviously hook up with the woman cow."
Yeah, he said, "I see her bulbous vagina.
Yeah.
Secreting in this field.
I see those big fat nipples. Udders.
Yeah, I see those juicing udders."
So he allegedly tried to mount the cow.
Good. Okay.
Only for her to react violently.
No.
I know, isn't that wild? Pinning him to the ground and gorging him.
Okay.
Goring him.
Okay.
Kuvishnov, who was arrested and taken to hospital by police, now faces being returned to Russia in disgrace. So this is what's happening with Russian people. However, new details have emerged about lovesick Kuvishnov, a beauty industry marketing specialist, following the shocking incident last week. Okay? So he went through a breakup.
Yes.
Well, here's pictures.
And he said, "There's only one thing." Is there pictures of him?
Yeah, you can see that he looks like very distraught after trying to obviously fuck a cow.
Gabby, let me see that right now.
So he's on the ground.
Gabby, stop.
He's on the ground looking like something terrible happened to him. Well, when you try to fuck cows.
Oh my God.
This picture of him on the ground.
Oh my God. This is legitimately one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. So I don't know if it is impaled. I don't like what I'm seeing.
Yes.
Not one of the paramedics having Vans on. Okay. And then open toe.
Thailand.
So Thailand is mad casual with it because it's giving slide on Vans.
Yeah.
And then open-toed shoes, no socks on one of them.
That's so Thailand.
Okay. Thailand, I didn't know they got down like that. Like, they're so chill.
So chill.
They're like, we're going to save you, but we're going to like still vibe.
Yeah, and they're like, wait, you tried to rape a cow?
that.
And then, they're like, you tried to rape a cow? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put the slides on for this.
They longboarded to this field.
Yeah, they did. They said, I don't need to cover my toes.
And the one guy has gauged ears. They're cool.
Yeah, and it looks like they're wearing like soccer jerseys.
This is cool.
Yeah.
This is kind of cunt.
It is kind of cunt.
Wow. I don't like him at all. And I don't like that he's completely naked.
Yeah, he's completely naked.
And I don't like that it's daytime.
It's daytime.
When this is happening.
It's just daytime, like in a field.
Like when you were describing it, forgive me if you already said it, but it kind of just was giving a nighttime activity.
Well, because you would think.
You would think.
You'd think if you're going to try to fuck an animal, at least do it in the night, in the dead of night, where somebody can't just like walk on the path in the middle of the day and see you.
Now I kind of see why Putin, though, is trying to like lock everybody down in Russia, because he's like, I don't want the world to know that I got freaks running like amok.
It's pretty embarrassing for Putin.
It's so
not looking good for Russia.
Gabby, this picture.
What?
No.
Not
this picture of them carrying him.
Oh, that's demonic.
It's not good.
That's demonic.
This is
looking.
Unwell.
He's in a stretcher after being detained for what's it called? What is it the word when you try to have sex with animals? Bestiality.
Okay, and you know what? It is the guys that post pictures like this that do it.
It's like this white, very like European looking man, Russian.
Yeah.
He's very much like, look at me on my cool motorcycle.
I can top the cow just like I top my bike.
Is that a Russian accent?
Wait.
Look at me riding seat on my cool bicycle.
I almost feel like we're going like a little bit Nordic. I feel like it's
German.
more like,
yeah, you're right.
Ugh.
But I can't even.
Look at my bike.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Is that right?
Look at my bike. Yeah, but I
because
can't
we were almost going sweet, like, oh, urchin, but it's like, this is more like, I've topped a cow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it is.
It's
but
getting
I can't
closer.
do that, so we're going to just stay with. Is he wearing a Supreme shirt? It's so embarrassing.
You guys.
So embarrassing.
So I can't actually look at any of these pictures ever again. I just decided.
So let me finish reading you the story.
Oh, please.
Because there is some backstory.
Okay, sorry.
to this.
I jumped the gun.
Kushnev appeared in one post next to a Thai general and is often seen in expensive cars and stunning villas. Okay.
They're not even his. You know that they're not his.
No, they're not his.
No. But he's like, can I please take a picture in front of your motorcycle?
Yeah.
Is that
He's-
German?
Yeah, it's more German.
You
But we'll
guys-
just stay with German.
Yeah, okay.
Equally nasty accents, the Russians and the Germans. He was also seen with popular Russian blogger and journalist Yulia Vermolhov.
Well, stay safe, queen.
Okay, so I can't. Concerned locals alerted police when they saw Kuvishnov prowling around naked and apparently
around.
up to no good.
Yeah, apparently.
Apparently up to no
Cowfucker.
They also heard his cries for help while being attacked and stood next to him as they waited for officers to arrive.
Wait, I like that.
I like that too.
I like that.
They're all just kind of like, yep, you tried to fuck a cow.
I like that. Also, men stand around and watch as women get hurt. So you know what? Little taste of your own medicine, bitch boy.
So true, bitch boy.
Mhm.
Shocking footage shows Kuvishnov lying on the ground without any clothes on as the brown cow attacks him.
Y'all, we're going to put these images on Patreon because I don't think we can drop all of them here, but they're haunted.
Police and paramedics arrived at the scene and carried the Russian away on the stretcher. He was taken to the Banadurm hospital to be treated for wounds on his bottom and abrasions all over his body. A paramedic from Ban Nan Doam Foundation who treated Kuvishnov said they suspected he had been trying to have sex with the cow.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Ew.
okay, here's another picture of him with a motorcycle. So let's get into the meat of why he did this, okay?
Yeah.
Kuvishnov had been dating
Coping
a
mechanism.
Casablanca-born flight attendant from a major international airline and was distraught over losing her.
I love these details about her work.
So this is why I like this, because it was like he was so upset that he was like, I just need to go fuck a cow. That was his way of getting...
Well, I guess we've never been that heartbroken, so it kind of puts everything in perspective.
So true.
Have you ever been so sad you're like, I gotta go beast mode?
Literally
gotta go get
gotta-
in bestiality mode.
I gotta go to Thailand and gotta go beast
let
mode.
me catch a flight. I gotta go beast mode on this bitch because I'm so fucking sad.
They
I
said-
guess I've never been sad.
I guess not.
Wow, because like I said, I was going through a little depressive episode. I guess I'm a clown.
Yeah, I guess you are.
Honk me off to hell.
Yeah, honk me off to hell too. Never been sad enough to fuck a fucking cow tied to a fucking
I have
tree.
never been so sad. Or I'm like, oh my God, my heart is devoid of anything happy and pure.
Yeah.
Oh my God, look at that goat. I gotta go eat that out.
Yeah. What led to this moment? What led to the moment in this man's life? Okay, so we're not done yet. They said, we found cannabis in his car, so maybe he was high.
Hey.
I like that it's that too, that they're like, maybe he was high. No,
that's not weed, bitch. That's
No.
bath salts. That's maybe heroin.
That's mental illness.
That's schizo.
It's not being simply high.
That's not taking a hit of weed being like,
yeah, take
you
a
know,
hit of the vape.
yeah,
weed
you get
vape.
hungry for cheese. It's not a cow's vagina dripping in broad daylight in a field while her male bull partner goes, no, right next to her. Don't.
Yeah. And he's high. He goes, I wanted Cheetos, but
He's like,
now I need some of that sweet cow badusi.
you know what would rip right now?
Yeah.
Some udders.
Dude, he did say that. So the way we found him, his actions suggest he was trying to do something dirty with the cow.
Yeah, the pictures suggest that as well.
That he was trying to have sex with her. Okay.
Failure.
I also like that they're calling it a her. Like, it is a her, but that's just like funny.
No, they're respecting her.
They are
She
respecting
needs
her.
some fucking respect after what she just went through with this fucking freak.
So reports of a foreign man in an altercation with the cow on August 15th at 5:40 p.m. Again, broad daylight.
5:40. Yeah.
The officer said the
At
cow.
least it's a little bit later.
The officer said the cow charged at the suspect when he was trying to restrain it by holding its head, and he said he was lucky the rescue team arrived to save him. Well, I wish they hadn't.
I kind of like that they kept him alive.
Yeah.
Because now he gets,
true.
like, this is so much better than him just dying in that field because not only did he get, his ass literally kicked
Yeah.
and his ding-a-ring-a-doo, but
Yeah.
also now he gets publicly shamed internationally.
Internationally.
He got us tapped into world news.
I like this. Police lieutenant added, when we arrived at the scene, the suspect was being attacked by the cow. Witnesses said he had first went to a male cow, then over to the female cow, and tried to climb on top of her. It's possible he was trying to make love to the cow.
Hey, so don't say that.
So don't say that.
Yeah, so don't say that. Hey.
So I would say a lot of things, but making love to a cow. That's not what was.
Oh, did he light a candle?
Yeah.
Did he stroke her
romance
hair?
her? Yeah.
No, he didn't. He walked up behind her like a creep in the fucking night, like a pussy fucking bitch.
Got a boner.
Yeah, he was creeping and jerking off and like waddling in a field, and then walked up first to a bowl. Was like, no thanks.
Yes, one's too big.
And then he had a semi at this point too.
Yeah.
So then he tried to stuff his weird half flaccid string bean into this poor female cow.
Yeah. We were trying to make love.
So he didn't make love to her.
Yeah. No.
You don't even know what love is.
I like the way they end this sentence though.
No.
But we can't say for sure. There was no semen on her. Okay. So.
He should have to drink his cum for writing that.
Who the fuck is the journalist that wrote this?
Who's the journalist that wrote this? Because you deserve a frothing cup of homeboys.
He kept walking and speaking Russian without any meaning. He had no smell of alcohol in his car. There was marijuana and his passport torn apart. We sent him to the hospital. He was injured on his bottom, but he went crazy at the hospital and the doctors would not admit him. So now he's detained at our police station. Now we are waiting for the tourist police and the immigration police to work on it so we can conduct an investigation.
Well, I hope you're drinking his cum in the meantime.
I hope your drinking is coming in the meantime too.
I hope that bull is okay. I hope like the cow is okay.
Okay.
Like, is she okay?
Yeah, looks like she's fine.
Okay.
So this is where the ex-girlfriend comes.
Okay.
And
Honk, real quick.
Yeah.
There is one silver lining to him being this distraught over his flight attendant queen.
Yeah.
Is usually I feel like it's very common for men to be turned off when a woman is in a position of like having like a high powered job, or like really being like a career driven woman. And in this case, it's not. He said, I love her career so much. The journalist is going to bring it up multiple times in this article.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Well, he did. It sounds like he did this as like a ploy to get her back. Okay, so he had reportedly been living outside of Russia for all but a few weeks since Putin launched his war against Ukraine in an apparent attempt to avoid being conscripted for war. Okay, so he doesn't want to go to war, so he goes, I'm going to go to Thailand and
I'm going to go to the field instead.
Yeah.
Instead.
Apparently, well off from his own business projects, Kudryashov left Russia for He worked in Dubai before rebasing to Thailand in May this year, but he was blocked by his ex-girlfriend on social media earlier this year and tried to enlist the help of Putin and Donald Trump to get her back.
Well, Donald is on Theo's podcast. He's too busy, babe.
Yeah, he is. Or maybe, this honestly does sound like something that Trump would be kind of into. Like, he would be like, you know what? Let's try and get her back.
Fuck.
This does sound like something Trump would be interested in.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
This sucks.
Kuvishnev had been dating Casablanca-born flight attendant from a major international airline and was distraught over losing her. In a message to the Russian dictator, he appeared to say he was prepared to go into the army if he could be with her again. Tell Putin I'm ready for any task. I need her, he posted. He now faces a real prospect of being drafted into Putin's war machine after he's returned to Russia.
Yeah, Poots. That's who you want in the front lines, brother?
Yeah,
okay.
Truly. Oh, Mr. Trump. Please get me back my girlfriend, he said. After posting this picture.
That is the most Russian picture.
It's so fucking Russian. I hate him.
That is so fucking Russian.
Oh, it's so Russian. Not him being Mr. Trump, please help me get. And do you think that she's
also
don't
say Mr. Trump.
And she's gonna see this and go.
She's gonna say, hey, don't spill all the tea that I was dating him.
Please. Like,
don't
how embarrassing
besmirch
for
my
her.
character. Don't besmirch it, please. Because that's what you're doing.
That is.
Don't even associate. Because you know what? A queen has been down bad for a loser before. I'm not going to fault her. But that's insane.
That's insane.
Hunk, thank you so much for that story.
So that's the story. So.
Not making love to a cow.
Yeah, not making love to
Journalism
a cow.
is dead, folks.
So.
Find me an ugly story. Please.
Really? Okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
Find you an ugly one. As if we didn't already just kick it off with the worst story you've ever heard. Might as well have been a tea time story.
So I just want to say thank you for this.
Yeah, you got it.
So y'all, let's go. The title is Slut with BPD That Just Wants Conversation.
Okay.
All caps. Hi, Honk and Bonk. I'm an AMAB, Black, bisexual, non-binary person who uses they, them pronouns for context. I just started listening to y'all's content, but funnily enough, I found your content through Kate Lavrentios' content. We love our girl. You should really look into the parallel play to Tea Time pipeline, because whenever I'm missing Tea Time, I feel like the gaps kind of just get filled through Kate's content. LMAO. Just tell Kate she's 1,000% internet famous if she doesn't already know. I'll let her know. Anyway, to answer your... Don't make me laugh. I'm trying to be sincere. Stop. Anyway, to answer your prompt, that sounds like it was written by someone with dyslexia. A small thing that's a lot to me on a first date is...
You want to fucking come on here. First of all, you want to fucking start off this email with some bullshit fucking letter. You want to start off with that and then go off and say, like, guess what? Kate should be here, basically. So, and then you want to go and be like, and whoever wrote this sounds dyslexic. Okay.
That is what they were saying, isn't it?
Yeah, no, you came on here immediately, just an avalanche of shit on us. When the avalanche of shit is about to hit you, motherfucker.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I love it when you're the spicy one. And can I also say one other thing?
Yeah.
I just want to make one little amendment. Parallel play, it's not just Kate's content. So can I say that? That is something, and someone else they're like, oh my God, I love Kate's page Parallel Play. And I said, that's fucking crazy, because is my name not right there too?
Do you want to know what this is giving? It's giving when people come on here and they go, where's Lee? Miss Lee? It's like, well, he's not here. And guess what? Kate's not here today.
Not me spitting. I just threw up. I literally just threw up.
Can we keep it fucking contained? Fuck me, huh?
I'm gonna get back into it. Just anyway. Okay. Yeah, they did drag the prompt writing too. Don't do that.
Sounds like it was written by a dyslexic person.
So are you calling us? Never mind.
You're sounding pretty fucking ableist, huh? Oh, I'm fucking so mad. I was happier when we were reading about the guy who tried to fuck a cow. Go on. And you have the audacity to put in the email. What was the fucking title of the email? Slut
with BPD that just wants conversation.
Is this about you? Because if it's about you, then fine. But if you're talking about somebody else,
it's about them.
Okay. They're calling themselves a slut though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Written like somebody with BPD for sure.
Oh.
Go on.
For those of you that are just listening, there's legitimately a burning in Honky's eye. Okay. Back to the story. Can't wait to read. All right. A small thing that's a lot to me on a first date is good banter. I have a tendency to have sex on the first. I have a tendency.
You sound like you'd be fun to banter with.
I have a tendency to have sex on the first time meeting someone because gay people, ... However, the dates that have been most distinct or memorable to me have been the times where I can get lost to talking to the person. Lost to talking to the person or interesting. Okay. I have a real interest in people and their passions. So getting to talk to someone about something that they're really interested in and have them be invested in my interest is something I really gravitate towards when I'm romantically /physically /sexually attracted to someone. Two notable moments of this were my previous relationship. My ex-boyfriend, let's call him L. We know who that is. And I roll up around the beginning of May, which sucks. And I haven't still fully recovered from. But I started listening to this podcast because of its silver linings? ? Elle and I were casual sex partners November of last year, but ended up because of how Can I say something? And I am not trying to be... I'm not trying to be, revenge ableist, but how are you going to call us dyslexic and then write this like you were blindfolded and then spun around 14 times and then smashed into a keyboard? It's like you just chose like random conjunction words and then injected them into this slop of a story.
Fucking get them, honk. Get them, honk.
You inspired me, honk. Okay. See, I'm trying to be nice, but see, that's the other thing too. We try and be nice to you fucking fools, and then you come at us.
You know, it's so funny as we open the podcast being like, you guys, it's for entertainment purposes only. Like, we don't actually mean the hateful things that we say.
You know what? Maybe we do. And that's the beauty of people. They can change.
And I'm looking at this email out of the corner of my eye. Did you write the fucking Odyssey?
Yeah, can I say this is a biblically long story?
It's so long.
And
so many
again,
paragraphs.
and I want to say
Better
this
be
to y'all
good.
because I don't want
Better
my
be good.
intention to be misconstrued with saying I don't want long stories. That's far from the case. I enjoy a longie every now and then. But where's the structure? Let me get back to this beautifully illustrated tale.
You better come out halfway in this story having autism too, because the only way that this story is that acceptably long is when somebody has autism.
That just took me a second to process what you just said, and that's actually horrifying and really funny.
And I don't even mean that in an ableist way. I mean that in a way of like, okay, well, you have seemed to diagnose yourself with everything else, so it just better be autism now because you're writing real long.
I'm trying so hard not to scream. The urge is a bubbling. Okay. Elle and I were casual sex partners November of last year, but ended up because of how interested we were in each other. We smoked a blunt before fucking the first time and ended up talking for way longer than usual. Us moving to physical stuff after that was very fluid, like he was joking about something and I just kissed him and we went to the bedroom. It may just be a gay thing, but we were very communicative about our feelings, and I think it just made us feel our bond pee strongly. I also told him about having BPD, pee early on, which hasn't gone well in the past, at least I think, just because guys I've really been vibing with have up and ghosted me around after I tell them about it, so who's to say? Elle and I's ability to engage in active conversation with each other, I think, is bigger than chemistry. Like, we can give, but just not be able to get anywhere or learn anything about one another because someone, usually a straight man, doesn't know how to communicate properly. He and I dated for 6 months and he broke up with me. I cheated early on and didn't invite him to my college graduation from Vanderbilt. Story from another day.
You went to Vanderbilt?
You cheated. Which brings me to my next story.
Damn,
Fairly recently,
such a good school. It's honestly impressive. I take back everything I said.
don't fucking cuck to him.
You went to Vanderbilt.
Okay.
You'd think you'd be a little bit better of a writer having gone to Vanderbilt, but...
Which brings me to my next story. Fairly recently, I started seeing this guy over the course of a week. First time we met on a Wednesday in the beginning of June, not too long after my ex and I broke up. And after 3 attempts of seeing him at his apartment for only him to text me to leave the first time and ignore me the other 2, I went out with him. We had talked on Grindr, but had very good banter, and on our first date, which we called Date 0 because we really had no plans, we just walked downtown and talked the entire time. We ended up kissing at the end of the night.
What do y'all be talking about for so long? That's what I do want to know. Like, what do people fucking talk? I have 2 things that I can talk about for like maybe 15 minutes and then I'm done. What do people talk about when they go on these like hours long like dates?
I don't know, like, come on, like when you're like you said that you were having a fucking gag and a half with your man on y'all's first date. Having a nice fun banter with someone. But
it's like an hour
my
and
thing,
then I'm done. I'm like, I've said everything that I could ever have talked about. It's all been said in an hour.
That's true. But my thing is too, I hate when dates feel like interviews. Like, I don't want to know your entire family history on a first date.
That's
second
true.
or third. Maybe 5 months into dating, you can start telling me about your family. Maybe.
I don't even want to know that you have a family.
I don't want to know. It's not my business.
It's not my business. Yeah, give it 5
I
months.
don't want to pry, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, and then you can tell me you have a dad. But until
Let
then...
me know how you eat pussy, and then I want to know if you have a dad. How about that?
Okay.
And if you don't eat it right, you better keep that family shit to yourself. Don't really even know what that means.
I do. That's fucking tight, honk.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, honk.
Sick. Don't tell us you have a family.
And that's my boundary. That is cool that you went to Vanderbilt. Okay. And honestly, it's cool that you cheated. Okay, so Okay, you guys were grinding and talking. We love to see it. We ended up kissing at the end of the night, and he would open the car doors. Okay, now I see. I got it. He would open car doors and doors to places for me, and was just very sweet and cordial in a way that wasn't really typical, and was just comforting to have right after a breakup. We decided to hang the next weekend because Pride was coming up, so we decided to hang out Friday night because he didn't have work, and to go to the Pride parade the next morning and the concert that night. On Friday, we're playing video games. Gay. He's showing me around his apartment.
Literally.
And not even like half an hour later, my pants are off and we're fucking on the couch. I hope all like Mario Kart is playing in the background. Doot, doot, doot. Doot, 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 doot. Doot, 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 doot. Okay. They're fucking on the couch.
Is it a second date?
Yes, this is the second date.
Great. Okay.
Legally the second.
Okay.
The sex was pretty good. It was just so abrupt and hilarious, and we hadn't gone on an actual date yet, so I felt weird having sex that early on because I wanted something serious potentially with him, and also just wanted to be more intentional about sleeping with someone I like too fast. But he initiated, so I figured it was fine.
I like that every bad girl like tries to go in every situation like this. We're like, I'm not sleeping with them on the first date, and then by the second one we're like,
and then it's not even a date
enough. Yeah,
he's like, this is my sock collection, they're made out of wool.
Yeah,
this is my Xbox, new mint condition. Like, fuck it, let's get to Pound Town on the couch.
It's so baddie coded.
Yeah.
Okay.
LOL. The sex was pee. Okay, wait. Doodly dee. Okay, about sleeping with someone I like too fast, but he initiated, so I figured it was fine. We ended up having sex again that night. Okay, round 2, and it was really good. Okay. Went to the parade, went to the concert. Everything's great. He offers to walk me back to my apartment, and we talk about we talk about hanging out again. I was going back to my hometown next week, and we planned for that next week. Okay. He gets COVID suddenly after we hang out. His niece gets born, and he goes back home for a little bit over the course of 3 weeks. Although all throughout this time, I'm texting him, but he's not being responsive. I can send screenshots of the text so you see what I mean. Okay, honestly, thank you. He hasn't texted me back. Okay, this is kind of a character arc. At first, I wanted to like literally curb stomp this email, but now I'm kind of coming around to it.
Okay.
He hasn't texted me back in like a week, and he said his phone's been broken and he's a bad texter, but it's just, well, you said a bad texted, so if you want to get nitpicky, let's spell that right.
It's giving Vanderbilt.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Mr. Vanderbilt. Oh, not Miss. Okay.
Yeah.
Delete.
Yeah.
Okay. Doodly dee. Okay, it hadn't really ended. Okay. He hasn't texted me back in like a week, and he said his phone's been broken and he's a bad texted, aka texter, but it's just it's just concerning that we had seemingly had something really good and hadn't really ended up going anywhere out of nowhere. What? It's all good though. I'm doing my first open mic set at a dab bar here in Nash on a whim, and have a date with a new grinder guy on Friday, so things are looking up, but still low-key disappointing. We'll keep you posted. Oh. I really hoping I can get through this tough time without getting too hurt emotionally. I look back on Gabby after she had that really hard breakup, and I really felt what she had said in those moments, but it's really good to see you on the up and up, so it gives me hope. Anyway, thanks for reading, guys. I love you both. Keep doing what you're doing. Pics are text with new guy / my ex and I, and me and this new guy at the concert.
You saying the nicest things while we just spent the entire fucking email telling you.
Okay, and you're literally hot as fuck.
Let's see. Yeah, you are hot. Okay.
I don't like that guy, but you're hot.
So good luck out there. And
okay, this guy looks so much like Bryce's fiance.
That guy looks like Ed Sheeran. Ew.
Not saying ew. Oh, yeah, so let's not text this person anymore. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you're having a conversation with yourself.
Yeah, so baby, when
texts.
it's all when the text is given all blue, let's not.
I do like when
anymore.
I like that you said, "Oh, I thought we had really hit it off," and it's like, yeah, but everybody on the first, second, third, honestly, first month or two of dating,
yeah,
seems like you really hit it off with them because that's like the best version of them.
Yeah, of course. Like if you meet someone right off the bat and they're nightmarish, then of course run. But like it should be completely normal to meet someone and have like a nice, lovely time because it's best behavior.
Yeah.
One would fucking hope.
Yeah.
Now, I got a fun one for you.
Please.
I want you to read the subject.
God damn it, it's so long. This better be fucking good. He broke up with me because I farted in a hot yoga class.
Nice. Nice. He's not a real one. How about that? He's weak.
Yeah, he is weak.
Him and his bloodline are weak.
Hey honkers, this is a fun story. I was with my ex on and off for 10 years. It was a terrible relationship, but I'm happy I went through with it.
Okay.
I'm happy I went through it because it made me smarter. Anyway, my ex had a history of cheating on me. I had low self-esteem at the time, and I thought I could fix him. Classic trope. There was this one girl I noticed he had a particular liking to, and that just really grinded my gears. I'm sure she's a nice person, but my ex really put her in a bad light. Okay. I confronted him after he was showing me a stupid video on his phone, and then there it was. A DM notification popped up from her with some stupid message and a heart emoji. This girl could jump off a cliff for all I care. I calmly said, it's so real. I said calmly, I'd like you to never speak to her again. He agreed to cooperate, or so he made me think he did. Always. Always. So he actually lied.
No.
Oh.
Color me shocked.
Color me shocked too. Because I found a thirst trap account of hers disguised as a fitness account. You know the type, all squatting videos with the stupid Gymshark shorts riding up the ass crack, bikini shots doing yoga, cringe.
Mm-hmm.
She is pretty though, but God, I hate this bitch. Anyway, super embarrassing. I see my ex fully engaged with this account, liking and commenting on thirst trap videos and photos.
It's so fucking ugly.
Cringe. It's so fucking
so
embarrassing.
ugly and pathetic. I'm like, you're talking to yourself, babe.
It's also like this is public. Anybody can see this.
Yeah.
Wait, so this is so I found a thirst trap account of hers.
Of his ex-girlfriend, right?
The ex-girlfriend, so this girl
who's writing into us.
Yes, he tells this other girl, he sees a DM pop up from her and she's like, don't talk to her again. He's like, yeah, I won't. And then she finds another account of this girl's that's disguised as a fitness account. Okay. Anyway, super embarrassing. I see my ex fully engaged with this account, blah, blah, blah. I was actually embarrassed for him because of how desperate he looked doing that. But obviously I was embarrassed for myself too for being with this idiot. So this is the same girl? I don't know. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought of a plan. My sick and twisted young adult brain thought it might be good to outshine this stupid girl. And at the time, I was really into hot yoga.
Oh, fuck.
I asked him if he wanted to join along for a hot yoga class, and he agreed. For some reason, I thought this would be a really indirect and autistic way of going to couples therapy. And that we could heal our bodies. And then I could show him all of my hot yoga moves. I was wrong.
This is so funny because I remember when I was dating that OCD porn addict guy, I remember I always wanted him to come to hot yoga because I'm like, if I can just like free his mind and he can see like how good I look when I'm in hot yoga, he is not going to be addicted to porn anymore. Yeah. And his OCD is not going to be that bad.
Because he's going to see how hot I look doing
He's going to look at my flat bony ass doing downward dog and he's going to say, awooga wooga. I know it's going to heal him, sis.
You were onto something.
Yeah.
I don't know what, but you were.
A sweaty tailbone?
Yeah.
That'll get him kicking.
Okay, so she's like, I'm going to get our bodies
I get it
in
clean.
Tune. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I signed us up for a 4:30 p.m. class, and unfortunately for me that day, I wasn't able to take my lunch break at work.
Oh, no, honey.
And I found myself starving about 45 minutes before the class.
Not 45 minutes before the class.
45 minutes before the class. Not sure why, but I got a Cuban sandwich. Delicious.
Girl, she's trying to cook up diarrhea.
Well, let's see. Delicious. But a bad move. I love that she said delicious.
It's like taking her back. She's like,
it was a really nice adjective for you to throw in.
She's typing. She's like, actually, might DoorDash it right now.
Yeah. Delicious. Had a nice crusted outside. The cheese was perfectly melted. When I took the bite,
the meat was organic.
The way that the sandwich tasted in my mouth, it was something that could only be described as heavenly.
It tasted better than a cow's vagina.
Man, I think about that Cuban sandwich. Anyway, back to the story. My stomach was full of hot pressed meat and cheese.
Yeah, it was, babe. Okay.
And when I went into that pose, that's kind of like the happy baby pose, but upright. You're balancing on your butt and holding your feet like, yeah. I know this.
Yeah.
Like the stirrups do.
Yeah.
At the gyno office.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I forget the name of it.
Okay.
Some yogi I am. Well, I guess this pose really works your core because I accidentally let one rip.
Yes.
And it smelled like hot meat and mustard. Not only did I do that.
Yes.
So it smells like hot meat and mustard. Not only did I do that, but I looked at my ex in that big studio mirror wall, and he looked
Oh,
so
I
annoyed.
love this.
And he looked so annoyed and disgusted with me.
I hope he was behind you, bitch. I hope that means that he was behind her and you farted on him. That's dominant.
Also, like a gasser smelling like hot meat and cheese
in a hot yoga class in a confined room. We're already sweating up in there.
Gross, dude.
Bro.
And that's coming from me. I can never get the shit out of my ass, and that is nasty.
No. Girl, I did a hot yoga class. This is like 2021. I did a hot yoga class, and this girl, God bless her, she had clearly been like nutted in like that morning or something. It was either like a nut, like a fresh nut, or like a boric acid beet drop. It was one of the two. It was smelling like semen, unfortunately. And she was right in front of me. And again, it's hot yoga and it's a really popular class. So like we're like just back to back to back. And she was wearing periwinkle pale leggings. So it's like you can already kind of see like some sweat and whatever. You know, I'm just minding my business. We're all human. We all sweat.
Yeah.
But it was when we were doing, I think like Warrior 2 or some shit. And like we're like stretching into the pose. And there's like a legit, like a pull up. And in her fucking, maybe she shit herself, but it wasn't brown. And it was like light and like just like a plop of like thick fluid plopped out of her, just plopped out of her pussy. And I almost gagged.
Maybe it was cum.
I think the bitch got nutted in and then was like, you know what? I need to go get right spiritually. Let me go to hot yoga. And we could I could smell it, Gabrielle.
That's so gross when you couldn't.
Yes, I could.
That's so gross.
It was, and I was so close to it. I was like, damn.
Damn, dude. That man had some potent cum.
Yeah.
So, okay. So
Y'all need to eat some fruit.
She does this mustard meat
shart,
yeah.
I love that she did that though.
Like absolutely embarrassed to think that the 8 middle-aged white women in the class might know we're together and that I fart. I whispered through the sweat, I'm leaving. And I rolled up my mat and physically left the class in the middle of it.
Not you whispering that, not you dropping it and then going, so long, suckers.
I know.
That's like kind of ominous. Old Bessie's taking this tour on the road.
Also, I was so embarrassed I never went back to the studio to this day. But anyway, I waited for him outside the studio. When the class was done, I was fuming about the evidence that I found of him active with this thirst trap account of this girl that I told him I didn't
sweetie,
like
you should have just left. You should have just left.
And I confronted him. So you do a shart in yoga, in hot yoga.
That's a power move.
Then you wait outside and you say, we're going to talk about this girl.
And I wish you were sitting there like legs open, like how like a man, like a mafia man sits, just legs open, just like, yeah, we got something to talk about, boy.
So I was embarrassed.
Or like a Western.
So unlike what you think yoga does, I was actively losing my cool. Sitting outside only made me marinate in my anger and your shart. And think about that further. So when he came out like 30 minutes after I did, I was absolutely livid. So I technically didn't confront him in a cool, calm, collected way at all. I will take accountability for that. I yelled at him and threatened to kill his entire family. Whoops.
Sorry.
I showed him on my phone. He looked at me and said, I don't think this is working out.
Yeah, I hate when they do that.
I said, really? And he said, yeah. And I actually drove him home because he didn't have a car in silence and we never talked again. Okay. I think the fart in the hot yoga class was a tipping point for him. For him? How are you somehow making it out like you're the bad guy in this? Or maybe it was a death threat to his family, but either way, I have no regrets. He can rot in hell. Yeah, good.
Good.
The thirst trap girl is married now, but she probably cheats on her new husband. They can both rot in hell for all I care. I like that you're also like still checking up on that girl.
But to be honest, it's because this is linked to a traumatic experience. Yeah. So I completely get checking up. Like there's no judgment there. Like
yeah.
This is like a dark mark, and I'm really happy that you wrote in because I hope that you like feel levity now.
Yeah,
and like at least like some sort of freedom from this.
Yeah,
prisonous memory lane.
Yeah.
Wow,
we have so many.
We're at 59.
We're at 59.
What do you think?
We only read 2 stories, but there's just so many emails.
We're gonna do. Yeah, I love that. We're like, this is a catch-up.
There's like, this could be like 4 catch-ups. There's so many.
Do you want to go off on a...
Oh, yeah, they're all really long.
Why don't you throw out some... Do you want to read like a quickie?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a real quick one I just saw.
Okay. And then we're going to read a lot on Patreon, you guys. Okay, so the title is our favorite, Chlamydia. All caps. And another one I dumped because he was so bad at eating me out, I would play on my phone during it. Aww. Another one
was playing.
And I think this is like a second response to an email, but I'll just go right into this. So another one I dumped was because he was so bad at eating me out, I would play on my phone during it. Another one was
Ninja Fruit.
another one was not a breakup, but he told me he was 5'9" and I was wearing 3-inch platforms. I'm normally 5'6.5", so I was over 5'9" in him, and I towered over his no neck, having buck-toothed
It's
ass.
giving big Ed.
And that's really all she wrote.
Okay. Well, interesting. That's a reason you broke up with somebody.
Yeah.
So he gave you chlamydia?
This is a tiny one too.
Okay.
Here, read this.
So what was that story?
Yeah, it was kind of like, it seemed like a quick tail into another one, but I appreciate it.
Small feet, skinny catfish. Enough said. I'm a lesbian.
Okay.
But when I was dabbling in bisexuality, I met up with this guy from Hinge who I liked because he was luscious and curvy, like a woman. You know who else is luscious and curvy like a woman is Gypsy Rose's ex-husband.
Ryan? Yeah.
He's got those woman hips.
He does.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
And his ass is very curvaceous.
I could see that.
And his breasts are kind of supple.
Okay.
I've thought about titty fucking those.
Okay.
Gabby?
I went to his house, but I was shocked
Gabby?
to find that he was quite skinny and had little American doll feet. Do you think his feet were like bound? You know, like how they like Chinese women, like they used to do that to them. They would bind their feet.
Mm-hmm. No, I definitely think he was dabbling in that.
You think that
He wanted little doll feet.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he was dabbling in foot binding.
Yeah.
So tea. He took off his shoes when we went inside, and I saw his collection of little small-footed man shoes on the ground.
Small-footed man shoes.
They're like child-sized feet.
They're American Girl doll shoes.
Literally so tiny. And I just felt so sad that I literally had no choice but to fake an emergency to have my roommates pick me up immediately. That's so funny. I never dated a man again.
That's iconic.
So you said, I'm going to go and fuck this guy because he looks like a woman.
You get there and you said, not enough curves.
Yeah, actually skinny and,
feet
has tiny
too
feet.
small. You like those big titty, big ass, big footed broads.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what he likes.
You said you were going to say the R word in solidarity with me because I got dragged for saying it last episode and you didn't say it this episode.
You mean retard?
Yeah.
So what I will say is that every single time somebody writes us in, I go, are you a retard?
And I want you guys to know that Gabby right now is being a really good friend to me.
No, I'm not. I just do genuinely think that everybody that writes us in is a retard.
And that is true. But also I did literally ask you to say it. You could have been actually maybe you're not a good friend because you could have just said it up top. But you know what? At least you said it.
I forgot you asked me to say. I wasn't sitting here thinking about retard all the fucking podcast.
Could have fooled me.
When can I slip it in?
Hey. Could have fooled me.
That is a funny word to me that people like get. I mean, I guess I get why people are offended. I mean, I get why people are offended by it, but it's like, you guys, come on, don't. Come on, you guys. You don't actually call mentally disabled people that. It's like the same.
No, that's
thing.
disgusting to do that.
That is disgusting.
That's like disgusting, tactless,
Mhm.
and just flat out like bullying and rude.
Yeah, it is.
And it's
bullying.
lowbrow.
True. It's like calling gay people derogatory terms, but you
Mhm.
can say it about people that aren't gay.
Yeah.
So like I said earlier, everything that we say in the dark comes out in the light. So everything dark that we think, we put in the light. So you guys can't get us on anything ever.
See ya, fuckers.
See you on Patreon.